All right, so the first one is, at what age do you want to retire?
Oh, at 60.
How long does it take you to get ready in the mornings?
1 hour.
Favorite color?
Blue.
What time of day are you most inspired?
In the evening.
How many hours of sleep can you survive on?
5.
Fill in the blank. An upcoming technology trend is blank.
Artificial general intelligence.
Pick one, Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
How do you relax?
By skiing.
How many cups of coffee do you drink per day?
1.
The most valuable skill you've learned in life?
To create your network before you need it.
One-word description of your leadership style.
Collaborative.
Ideal vacation spot for relaxation.
The mountains.
Key factor for maintaining a work-life balance.
To be structured.
Memorable career milestone.
Taking over the current position as head of technology and innovation management.
All right, well, that was the end of the rapid fire round. Let's go on to the longer questions, which you can answer with as much time and ease as you like. The first one is, can you share some insights into the key objectives and priorities of the Technology and Innovation Management Department within Siemens?
So as head of technology and innovation management, I'm the innovation enabler for Siemens. So we try to understand what the future looks like in terms of what are the most important technology trends and which of them are relevant to Siemens. We also think about how we can develop those technologies already today so that we are able to transfer those into the next generation of our products and then finally into the market.
And so how have these objectives evolved over the past few years in response to changing market demands and technological advancements?
The speed that we have to reach, that increased over the past years. So our main goal is really the transfer of technologies from pre-development into our businesses, into our products. And because innovation cycles are getting shorter and shorter, we have to become faster and faster to do this transfer from pre-development into product development.
And so how does your department contribute to shaping Siemens' overarching technology strategy and roadmap in this regard?
So we look into the future. We try to understand the most important technology trends, and we identify those that are relevant to Siemens. So to give you one example, the industrial metaverse was a major topic 4 years ago. And we said that is super relevant to Siemens as our strategy is to combine the real and the digital world. So just by seeing this as an opportunity, of course, nothing is really done. And we implemented this in our company core technologies so that the people, the researchers already started developing the industrial metaverse for Siemens. And now you can already apply it. So that is just one example, how we went from identifying a trend into bringing it to the market.
And what are the ways in which it's being used in Siemens right now?
So the industrial metaverse is, as I said, combining the real and the digital world. So for example, we have the replication of a factory. And that is something we can do in our own factories. So there's one in Germany, in Erlangen, for example, where we have the industrial metaverse of this factory. That helps us to understand the processes and to optimize the processes within the factory. So it's really, if you look at the industrial metaverse, it's a replication of what is actually going on in the real world. But it's not only relevant in our own factories, it's of course also relevant to our customers because they also have factories. And so they apply what we have already tested in our factory in Erlangen.
And so what are some of the key metrics or indicators you use to measure the success of these industrial metaverse in the technology strategy?
I mean, it's successful when it's really implemented. And these examples I've mentioned, they show that it's already there, not only in our own factory as kind of the customer zero, but also in the external world. And to make it successful, it's not just by implementing. I mean, that's maybe easy, but we now see that with the industrial metaverse, we are able to save energy, we are able to increase the productivity. And therefore, just one example, we had two different factories and wanted to combine them in a new factory site. So there we were able to measure the productivity in the old factories and compare this with a new factory that was created, designed, tested, and optimized in the industrial metaverse. And we can now see as this new factory is built that we have a productivity increase of 20%. So this shows that the technology by itself really is helpful, and this is a KPI to show the success of the industrial metaverse.
And so could you elaborate on the role of technology and innovation management department in driving and supporting company care technologies at Siemens?
Yeah, so in Siemens, we have defined 11 company core technologies that are relevant to the whole Siemens organization. We invest around about 500 million per year in developing those technologies further. Just some examples, artificial intelligence is one. So everyone knows ChatGPT, but we already started in 2016 working on large language models. We applied GPT, GPT-2, and so on. So that is what we do in those company core technologies, really working on the technologies before they can be applied in reality or in industry.
And how do you identify and prioritize which core technologies to focus on?
Well, by doing foresighting, by trying to understand what does the future look like, not only from a technology perspective, but of course also from a geopolitical perspective, from a market perspective, from a customer perspective. That is, all these aspects are very relevant if you identify the technologies that are relevant to Siemens, because in the end, I think a technology is only successful if it's part of a product or service and if it's successful in the market and can be applied.
So what are some notable innovations or initiatives that have stemmed from your department's efforts in technology and innovation management that have been successful in the market?
The industrial metaverse is definitely our major topic right now. Siemens combines the real and the digital world, and the industrial metaverse is exactly doing this. I've already talked about factories, but it's also relevant in the design phase. And to give you one example, if you think about designing a new product, of course, you can already do this in a virtual environment, in a 2D environment. But with the industrial metaverse, you're able to try out this product in this virtual environment, because you can also simulate the whole environment where the product will be used and applied in its life cycle. And therefore, you don't have to do the prototyping in the real world, but you can just do it in this virtual environment. And therefore, you not only save time and costs, but also material. And that has a huge impact on sustainability. If I use way less resources, so we say we can now save up to 50% of resources just by doing this prototyping in a virtual environment in the industrial metaverse.
And are there any other upcoming initiatives that you're particularly excited about?
Well, if I look into the far future, of course, AI will still be a major topic, but also artificial general intelligence. So now the AI is as good as we train it, but at some point in time, and I think that's not coming in the next 1, 2, or 3 years, but at some point in time, AI will be as intelligent as we are as human beings. And this will have a major impact. For example, as Siemens, we also manufacture trains. They are already autonomous in certain areas, but really to make a train or even a car an autonomous system, you need to have this kind of intelligence. And so this will then be, again, a major step forward in terms of technology and also its application in the market.
And should people be afraid of that?
No, definitely not. I mean, what has shown us the technologies in general over the years, I mean, people were afraid of robots because they said, I will lose my job because the robot will do my job. But what we see today is that we have a lack of skilled workforce. So we need this not only robots, but also artificial intelligence to be able to do the jobs that are out there and that are maybe repeatable, boring, and so on. So jobs that people don't want to do on their own. And that's why I think we shouldn't be afraid, but rather see it as a positive opportunity for us as human beings to make our lives way more easier.
So the Siemens innovation ecosystem, let's talk a bit about that. Seems like a significant initiative. Can you discuss how it operates and its impact on fostering innovation within the company?
Yes, so the Siemens innovation ecosystem was launched 4 years ago because we realized we do have a lot of experts in Siemens. For example, AI experts. They are in different organizations. But if they do not know each other, they cannot share their experiences, they cannot learn from each other. So we said we need a platform where we bring together all the people in Siemens that work on innovation, that work on new technologies. And that was the first idea for this Siemens innovation ecosystem. What we realized, though, is just by launching that kind of platform, you don't necessarily bring the people on that platform. So we had to think about how can we motivate our colleagues to join us on this platform. And that's why we started to offer campaigns. So we put different challenges on that platform so that people then can bring in their ideas, and then the best ones they will be also developed further. And now we have more than 100,000 people within the Siemens organization on the Siemens innovation ecosystem. So it's more than 30% of the whole Siemens team that is using this platform. And so that's really a great success for us, showing that we have those entrepreneurs in our company.
So it facilitates both collaboration and knowledge sharing amongst different departments and also external partners?
On the Siemens innovation ecosystem, yes, absolutely. It's knowledge sharing and developing new great ideas further. We also learned that, the number of participants is limited if we keep this internal. So that's why we decided to offer the same Siemens innovation ecosystem also to the external world. So it's on siemens.com/ecosystems, where you can then also, as an external partner, participate. Both systems, they are separated, due to IP reasons and so on. But the setup is similar. So we also have a lot of campaigns on this platform where students, startups, they can join us and bring in their ideas. We do have, for example, a Tech for Sustainability campaign. And the idea behind that is we ask our businesses, what is your main challenge in regards to sustainability? And we make sure that this challenge is described in very, very detailed, because only then you will find the right partner in the external world. And this is something where I'm very proud of, because we already had 3 Tech for Sustainability campaigns where we generated a lot of great ideas that are now developed further within Siemens.
So speaking about sustainability and regulations in general, then how does your department approach the governance of technical regulation, standardization, and quality management within Siemens's technology landscape?
So when you want to be successful in the market, you also have to, of course, be able to apply those technical regulations that are out there. What we do today is also helping those standards, those technical regulations evolve in the right direction. So I've talked a lot about industrial metaverse, and there is, for example, the Metaverse Standards Forum in US. So we as Siemens, we participate in this forum to help drive standardization for the industrial metaverse. And the thing about the industrial metaverse is not to develop new regulations and new standards, but rather look what is already out there. So there are a lot of standards that we can apply for the industrial metaverse. And only if we identify some gaps, then we should think about the next regulations or the next standards. So I think that is an important aspect when we talk about technical regulation, to not come up with the next regulation and the next act and so on and so forth, but rather take what is there and develop those further.
And so with the rapid pace of technological change, I assume making tech regulation is also hard. How does your team stay ahead of emerging trends and disruptions to inform Siemens's technology strategy effectively?
So what we do, I mean, it's no magic behind. We actually look what is out there. What does Gartner say, World Economic Forum, Bank of America, all the different sources. We also do a lot of expert interviews to understand what do they think about the technology of the future. And from that, we derive a radar. We have roughly 250 technology trends on that radar. And of course, it's continuously updated. And then we look at all the technologies and understand which of them are relevant to Siemens. For example, immortality is something that is really a huge topic in Silicon Valley, but it's not that relevant to Siemens. So then we look at those that are relevant to us, around about 100, 150. And then we map this to what we already do. I mean, like industrial metaverse, we can make a check mark. And then there are others where we do not have activities today in our company core technologies. And then we work closely together with our strategy department because they understand the market, and then bringing those aspects of technology push and the market pull together. And then we identify the really relevant technologies where we then dive deeper and eventually already start the development today.
So speaking of the market then, can you describe your overall marketing strategy and how it aligns with your company's business goals?
So as Siemens, our goal is to combine the real and the digital world, and as a tech company to develop technology with purpose. That means that all our solutions, all the technology we develop serve a specific challenge in our daily lives. So for example, if you traveled by train to VivaTech, you might have taken a Siemens train. If you're in a building, maybe there is Siemens automation included. So we always think about the purpose that we serve with our own technology. And as I'm part of Siemens technology, of course, that is super relevant to us to always think about how can the technology we develop today can have an impact in our daily lives in the future.
So looking ahead, what do you see as the future direction or focus areas for the technology and innovation management department at Siemens?
So as a department, it's very important to always think ahead and stay ahead. And therefore, of course, we also have to apply what is out there in our own department. So, for example, crowdsourcing is a major topic when you talk about innovation management. So bringing all the great minds together and find new ideas. But now with things like ChatGPT, that might shift. So why don't you need a huge crowd when you just can ask ChatGPT? So ChatGPT, for example, or co-pilots, they will also change the way we drive innovation, how we identify innovation. And I think that is very important to us as a technology and innovation management department to also apply the technologies in our own daily work to also be able to stay ahead.
And are there any challenges that your department faces in managing technology and innovation within such a large and diverse organization like Siemens?
Being able to create new innovations, that is, of course, something where we want to collaborate, where we want to bring the people together within an organization like Siemens. But the good thing at Siemens is that everybody understands that due to the fact that speed is increasing, we really need to collaborate and bring people together. So, for example, we have an entrepreneurs bootcamp where we bring together different colleagues from different departments so that they can actually learn the skills you need to be an entrepreneur within a company like Siemens. So we know what are the challenges, but we also have the answers and help people to get those skills and to be able to innovate in a large organization as Siemens.
So this is a more fun question. What does your typical day at Siemens look like? You wake up in the morning and then?
I wake up in the morning and then I don't really know what's going on. No, I mean, every day is a little bit different because in my job, of course, I have to have the broad view across all the technologies from AI to simulation to also circularity. And at the same time, as we want to develop the technologies for our businesses, I also have to understand what our businesses in mobility, in building, in grids, and also in factories, what they do and what they need. So therefore, of course, I have to have this broad view and to connect all the dots within Siemens, but also with the external world. As you said, we are also responsible for technical regulation. There we also have to find the right people outside of Siemens and bring everyone together.
All right, so the last question is of a personal kind. What would you be doing in your life if not this?
Well, I would be a ski instructor, I think, because I love being out there in the mountains, being in the nature and doing sports. And at the same time, I think being a ski instructor is also a great leadership skill, because you have to make sure that the group of people you have for that day, that they follow you, that they trust you, because otherwise they wouldn't follow you down the mountain. And you also have to ensure that they have a great day. Sometimes it's cloudy, it's cold. You don't really want to ski, but as a ski instructor, it's your job to make their day the best skiing day of their vacation. And I think that is something that is also very relevant in my job right now, and something that I really like about my job, to empower people, to trust people, and to bringing them to the next level. So yeah, I think being a ski instructor would also be a nice opportunity. I am Annika Hauptvogel. Catch me on the Technologist of the Month show.